Hi everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. I hope everyone had a good weekend. There's lots of questions. I'm going to just dive right in. If you could, please ask questions down below. Keep this going. Ask me anything, really. Let me know if I missed your questions, what you think of my answers. Keep them going. Keep the questions going if I can help you more. Please support a petition I started, Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. Everyone in the world, just hit the link down below. Support it, please. And let us know your locations. Tell us where you are. Where are you in the world? Please let us know. Okay. First is Sherbert777 Red. Don't know where you're from. Tell us your locations. Locations. Let us know where you are. My BPDX hid his phone and was so clever with it. However, hit my phone out of my hand and tussled with me when I said no to him looking through it. Just because it was my boundary. I felt scared and sick. I'm sorry you two have gone through this. Well, thank you. I hope soon you'll get to a time where you aren't sorry that you've gone through this. Just let you know that's illegal. We can't touch people. We can't grab their phone, especially if they want to call like 911 emergency service. All illegal. It's battery, it's assault, things like this. Very dangerous. These things escalate to the ultimate danger, like that. Just so you know. No violins. No violence should be a mandatory term in a relationship. Thank you. Let us know where you are. Todd from Denver. Hello, Todd. Thank you so much. I can't say it enough. I am between jobs, but I need counseling. I will be reaching out. Thank you, Todd. Please do. Let me know what I can do to help us talk. Okay? Why don't you just contact me and ask me questions first? Get it going. Anybody who wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. And there's links down below for that. Contact me, ask me questions about my services. I appreciate that. John from Brazil. Hello, John. The more I learn about cluster V personality disorders in light of what I've been through with my BPDX, the more this quote from Dostoevsky, sorry, I don't know him, makes sense. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. Really no point to be here. That's why our emotional needs are more important than our physical needs to us. Don't just keep me alive, love me, or there's no point to live. Even though I held her responsible for what she put me through, I also feel a bit sad for her inability to love herself and others. That's right. Compassion. She's stuck in a kind of Sisyphus-like nightmare, constantly rolling the boulder of relationships up the hill, only to watch it crash down every time. It's an absurd way to live. It must indeed be hell. It must be. God, I think we can all relate to this. Maybe all of us have been unlovable at some time in our life. Maybe we haven't loved ourselves at times in our life, and people in our lives didn't love us either. I think, because I get so many questions about, David, what is it like to not this or not that, or what's it like to be a narcissist or not have empathy and stuff like this. It's like, if you can remember your childhood, it's a good place to start at. My natural inclination would be to try to help her, but I've learned from you to go no contact, to let people face their fate on their own, especially when the cost of helping them is my own mental health and self-respect. It is what it is. I just wanted to thank you, David, for helping me get through this horrible trauma. I've grown a lot as a person thanks to you. That's great to hear, John. I appreciate people telling me stuff like that. It's great to know that my efforts pay off for people. And good, John. Good. Learn everything you can. It seems like there's always something more to learn from these experiences. Sherbert, again, from the United Kingdom. Yay, thanks for telling me. My BPDX is untreated and keeps attending 12-step programs and other organizations, but for some reason will not treat the BPD. They will sit in daily meetings, etc., not treating their addictions, may I add, but all the time wasted when it can go to accurate treatment. Why is this so confusing? He's 40 and so abusive. Why reject help when it's there? He openly says, I'm an abuser, a narcissist borderline. He knows. Diagnosis on their own are depressing. Besides, you have borderline, you have 2 personality disorders, which is major depression. Besides that, just a diagnosis is depressive. It causes depression. Hey, you need major surgery. You have this, you have a cyst, you have a cancer, you have a disease, you have, you know what I mean? It's depression. It's depressive. We don't want to face that. Those are hard. Facing a problem is similar to trying to fix it. And if we feel like we can't fix it, we may not want to face it. A part of this mental illness, personality disorders, is just that. Not being able to look at myself. From cognitive functioning to shame. It hurts. So common in Alcoholics Anonymous 12-step program. So common. Because, my opinion, many others, that these are symptoms. Addictions are symptoms. We form addictions because of our problems. It's not I don't have any, I just somehow fell into some addiction. That some of those might happen, you know, with like medications, stuff like that. We have pain and we start abusing and become addicted. But even then, there's something going on maybe, if we can't tell people or ask for help. It's really common in AA and other organizations affiliated with AA, codependency, stuff like this. That's easier to look at, isn't it? That's something I can manage. It's something I have control over. This person, let's say they're sober. Are they sober? He feels good about accomplishing that and identifies with other people in the organization. That's why he goes. But separately can't look at himself. Has not been taught to. You know, these two personality disorders is just major neglect. And a child needs to develop and be aware of their own self. And they didn't. People with, if whoever has borderline and narcissistic personality disorders, their parents didn't look at them. Not their true self at all. It never really developed. No sense of it. Living by different rules. But again, like this should be easy to empathize with. How would you feel if someone told you? You know, how would you feel having to face a personality disorder? Some of them may never be treatable. Some of them have major trauma attached to them. It takes a lot of courage to make changes. These are big ones. Mercedes from Maine here. Hello, Mercedes. Your videos and Q&As are much appreciated. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Glad to see you back this Monday. My question for you today is, what is your experience with individuals with histrionic personality disorder? I often wonder if histrionic is a style or flavor of BPD and MPD, as I have never encountered anyone who is just histrionic, at least to my knowledge. What are your thoughts and or experiences? You have definitely encountered someone with histrionic personality disorder. Maybe not had a relationship with them, maybe they were never in your life, but I promise you have encountered them. They're twice as much diagnosed than borderline. Clinically, there's twice as many histrionic as borderline. If you've encountered 2 borderlines, then you've probably encountered 4 histrionics, stuff like that. And I understand completely. When you look at all 4 cluster B personality disorders, you said, I wonder if histrionic's a style or a flavor of BPD and MPD. So similar, so overlapping traits, totally. They are different. And it's not different human beings. It's just different personality disorders. When you cross the line of personality disorders, all 10 of them, it's almost like if you have one, you are guaranteed to have traits of other ones. And it's very common to have 2. It's very common for women to have borderline and histrionic together. It's very common to have borderline and narcissistic together. It's very common to have histrionic and narcissistic together, and you can have all 3. It's just if you meet the criteria. And it could be as simple as 1 trait. You could have all the traits of borderline narcissist, and today you've got 6 out of 9 for histrionic, or 5 out of 9, let's say, and then, you know, in a year you've got 4 out of 9. Don't have histrionic anymore. That slight difference. Lots of overlapping traits. big time. And in my opinion, especially with cluster B, you have a cluster B personality disorder, you're going to be more narcissistic than the rest of us, which is in the middle. We're all narcissistic. Does that make sense? And I understand, yeah, how similar they are, but some major differences that even not just traits, things I've noticed is the unbelievable need for attention, more than borderline, more. Borderlines need attention because they need help. Histrionic need attention, so they never look at themselves, so they're always being looked at all the time. And you'll see provocative behaviors and dress, loud attention, wearing red at a funeral, white at someone else's wedding, showing cleavage to go to therapy, all of this. They think that every relationship is way more than it is. You talk to histrionic for 5 minutes, they go tell someone, we're in love. You buy a histrionic a drink, now you're their best friend forever. We've been best friends for a long time. The fluctuating of emotions, more so than borderline. It's like a woman that can't handle her wine. Histrionic, the term came from the histrionic woman who's screaming and out of control and emotions and neurotic. But there's, you can look up traits of each, see the major differences. But if you have more questions, ask me, okay? Thanks. Tina from South Carolina. Hello, Tina. My question this time is, why do some people have to be asked and told 1,000,000 times to give their name and where they're from? Leave your locations, people. It's amazing. Yeah. Because we're human. Not everybody watches my 30, 40-minute video. They want to ask me a question, they go to the part where I answer it. They don't see me ask. This is usually the worst time of our lives, where we don't trust anybody to leave our locations. We don't pay attention very well right now. Forget, can't remember. Lots of different reasons, Tina, but I appreciate you. And I appreciate you for leaving your location. David, Healing Family from California again. Hello, Healing Family from California again. As you remember, I shared last week that a family friend ran into an ex-fiance, and all he did was ask questions about me and our kids. I do remember that. Another thing ex-fiance told family friend was, I don't help financially with the kids because you don't let him see the children. They aren't my kids anymore. If they want to look for me when they grow up, they can look for me because I'm not going to look for them. That was a big relief for me, David, but in another sense, it blew me away. Yeah, this is a monster. These are his kids, and unbelievable how some borderlines don't care about their children. Please talk about this. Can you explain this? I want all your thoughts, please, to help me understand this monster. I understand why you're calling him a monster, and I'm just telling you this because you asked me to help you understand. And I promise you'll understand better when you stop calling him a monster. We can't understand monsters. That's what we call them when we can't understand. People aren't evil. We do evil things. Okay? That's the best way to start understanding someone, through compassion, not pity, not evilness. Okay? I'm not going to tell you he doesn't care. For one, maybe he does. Still has this type of behavior that shows he doesn't care. He's protecting himself. Very insecure person. I think he's more worried about being wrong or bad than concerned about what his children need. There is intuition in us to be there for children. Any of us are triggered by babies crying because it's for our own race, human race. We protect children, right? We want you to have children, keep having children, and protect our children and make them safe and grow up to be a member of society and have more children. Some people don't quite have that instinct. Some mothers don't bond with their children, reject them. Some mothers don't care about their children very much, don't really have a healthy attachments and stuff like this. Sad. Men can be known for being worse at this than women. I think women have a natural motherly instinct. Men have a natural fatherly instinct, but the children need the motherly more because it's safe and protection. And he's got mental illness that does not allow him to connect with people, to form healthy bonds and attachments. He's got so much toxic shame. I teach people how to keep people out of their lives. And when you have young children with toxic people, it can be extremely difficult to keep them out of your lives. And one way you can do it with a man like this, who let's just assume he has borderline and narcissistic personality disorder, it's as simple as wait until, and don't even stop asking him and telling him when the baby's 1-year birthday is going to be. Just, he knows. Let him fail. Let him not come. And you bring it up every time. And he'll start associating you and the baby with his own shame, which is greater than any desire or need to have a relationship with either of you. It's easier for him to throw things away, not finish them, and run away and start over and start over and start over. And he started over with somebody else, and all he cares about right now is that this time it works. And he doesn't want any of this to catch up with him. He doesn't want her to know who he really is, because he hates himself, and he knows when people know who he really is, they'll hate him too. This is a narrative that he's keeping. He's not responsible, and he feels ashamed about it. He has not built healthy attachments, bonds, or connections with you or the children. He has not invested. It's easy to walk away from something that we're not invested in. It's hard to go back when it makes us feel like a bad, horrible person. Does that help? Thank you. Oh, and you're also here. Your next question from you too. Can you give examples of parents that stroke kids' ego, as you mentioned in the video? Sure. Ego's a good thing. So we like, a lot of us, oh, it's just my ego and I hate the ego. No. Egos are great. Egos are great. They're great. A healthy thing to do is go out and just build a false or a super ego or something like that, and just have fun with it sometimes. But egos are good. Egos are everything outside of our skin. Where our skin stops, our ego starts. It's what we do, not how we feel. It's what we are, not who we are. It's our roles, things we identify with a lot, our ego. And so we want to encourage children to try to feel accepted, things like this. So we might stroke children's ego, and that's okay. Examples of it would be, oh my gosh, you were one of the best kids in the class. You got the best score. Oh my gosh, honey, let's celebrate. Yeah. Encourages them to keep doing it, right? Keep going. Build up their self-esteem and their self-worth as well, maybe. Now, toxic ways that parents stroke children's egos and turn them into little freaking narcissists is focusing on the importance of teaching children that what's important is not who they are, but what they are, what they look like. They start comparing them to other children, and they get a mass amount of attention for their ego, and they do not give any attention to who they are. A child might not feel good when they get a bad grade, right? And one of the lowest grades in the class, if not the worst grade in the class. And a mother needs to be there with them and help them accept failure and mistakes and work through that. But a toxic mom might go to the school, right? Attack the teacher, accuse the teacher of picking on the child, demanding a better grade. Maybe the teacher will, or maybe the mom will do the work for the child to get better grades, not teach the child how to do it themselves, not build up their real self-worth. All kinds of different ways that people become narcissistic or narcissists. Not just one. It's just not developing the self. And when a parent focuses on everything on their appearance and what they do and comparing to other children, they're not focusing the self. Or another way a narcissist is raised is not like that. Not, oh, you're so amazing. It's attacking the self. You're a piece of shit. You're so stupid. And a child uses ego to defend himself, to overcompensate. Both ways, people become narcissists. Thanks. Let me know if it makes sense. JR from Tennessee. Hi, JR. So I was talking to another girl, and she told me she feels, oh, here we go, JR. And she feels like I'm waiting for her to mess things up. She shouldn't be in a relationship. And she wants to know why. LOL. She told me if I'm not going to open up to her about why she's getting that vibe from me, then we can only be friends until I decide I can trust her and figure out what I want. Why do you think of that? What do you think of that? So you were just talking to another girl, and now she's, girlfriend, boyfriend, got to figure this out because we're getting married next week. Too fast. She cannot be reassured. As she starts to have feelings for someone, she starts to get scared. You know what's too bad in a relationship is insecure people. The more they like you and care about you, the less they show it. It's almost like a fulfilling prophecy. People don't really care about you too much. Might be able to show affection. Hey, love you, man. All right, let's have sex, whatever. Yeah, don't really care. And it's confusing. GR, you have a pattern lately of meeting unstable, toxic women with borderline personality disorder. Take some time, man. Take some time off and figure out why these women are so attracted to you. Or why you're attracted to them. But she can't reassure herself. And when she starts having feelings for you, she feels extremely insecure and vulnerable. Does not like it. And she cannot calm herself down. She's trying to get you to. And it's too much, too fast. Okay? Don't start trying to reassure her and comfort her all the time. You tell her how you feel. That's it. Let me know if I can help anymore. JR, thanks. John from Brazil again. Hi, John. Again, I've been wondering about something that has intrigued me for some time now regarding people with borderline personality disorder. Why are they so obsessed with death, especially suicidal thoughts? My ex, who has BPD, had attempted taking her life years before and told me she thought about it daily. She would even write farewell letters to her child. Why do you think they fixate on it? Does it have to do with a lack of sense of self? I bet every one of you, you too, John, and myself, has had these thoughts. Right? I mean, here we are, we've been abused, we've been neglected, we've been traumatized. What does traumatized mean? Traumatized means there was a stress, there was a fear, there was danger, and I didn't eliminate it, and I didn't get away from it. Because I felt hopeless. Because I felt helpless. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to protect myself. Might have froze. We have these thoughts because our brain is dialed in to do everything it can to protect us and keep us alive. And when things become too traumatic, it might even dissociate. Defense mechanisms, narcissism, ego. But that final solution can give someone maybe solace. But our brains aren't us. We aren't in control of that. So it can go there when we feel really unstable, really sad, and we can't make ourselves feel better. Our brain says, as you explore what other options I have to make this stop. Anyone who's never had these type of thoughts, you've never felt that bad. I'm not saying you've just never felt bad. Not that bad. This is ideation. Obsession is no life. She has no life. She cannot feel control of it or any kind of power. No self-awareness. Just knows she hates herself. And she cannot make herself feel better. She cannot make herself feel well. And she cannot function anymore. And no one's told her how. No one said, here's how. It's sad. It's sad. It's just an environment we can't be in. Hey there, David from Louisiana here. Traveling man, Louisiana. What does the narc do when they realize you're gone or they lost you for real? I finally had the courage and strength to walk away. It's been hard, but my life is much more peaceful now. So someone highly toxic, personality disorder, maybe narcissistic. And what do they do when you're gone and they lost you for real? You're implying that they care. They weren't the one that just walked away from you and never talked to you again, right? You broke up with them, whatever. You've kept in some contact. You won't talk to them anymore. You're really gone now, and they're freaking out. That's the kind of person you ask me, right? Because some wouldn't care, right? And my point is, we're all different. We're all different. We all have different brains. We have different experiences, different reactions to it, all of it. And so some don't care. Some want to take their life. Some will obsess over you. Some want to take your life, right? There is no one answer. With people that are narcissistic, have NPD, and you left them, and they freaked out, and they have fear of abandonment, and they didn't want you to leave them, and they keep contacting you, and now they realize you're gone forever. It could be a narcissistic collapse. Anything to not look at myself. And loss is the biggest time we do that. That's why we fear loss so much. Unless we really love who we are, then it's okay, bye. I'll be okay by myself. Or, oh my God, please don't leave me. Look who I am. Oh, don't leave me with myself. Oh. You see that? And you said, what does the narc do? Right? You didn't say, what do they think? How do they feel? You just said, what do they do? Some go to a bar. Some get completely wasted drunk. Some start doing drugs for the first time in their life at 40. Some go out and have sex with someone right away. That's common. Some might sabotage the rest of their life. I think the most common, if I had to guess, if there was one most common answer, it would be total depression, collapse, try to find you, try to contact you, at some point give up, and they got to build themselves all the way back up again. I feel really sorry for the people in their lives at that time. Stepping stones. If you had something more specific to ask me, please do. Thank you. Desert Fox is from Washington. What about confronting and telling a borderline and tell them they need counseling and even mention borderline to them? Bad idea? Well, what's your purpose? What's your reason? What do you want from it? You want them to get help? You think that's going to do it? Are they looking for answers everywhere? And you're just keeping it secret from them this whole time? I don't know, what your intentions are or why. You care about them, you want to help them, but you can't anymore, and that might be the only thing you can do for them. Good. You feel bad and you want to make sure they're the bad person, not you. I'm not accusing you of it, but we know toxic people do that, and you're probably not. You probably genuinely care. You can do whatever you want. I don't think it's disrespectful to come from a loving place to let them know at all. But you asked me, what about confronting them? Bad idea? You know them more than me, huh? How do you think they would react to that? And here again, people are all different brains react differently, don't we? I've seen people get diagnosed with borderline. Absolutely fucking crumble. Biggest meltdown I've ever seen them have. That alone, enough to take their lives. They didn't. But I've seen some people sit there and go, I know I have borderline. I think I have it. I want to know. Right? I don't know. You can sit there and tell me all about this other person. I can guess how they'd react. We aren't responsible for others' actions or their feelings, okay? If we stay true to ourselves, then we can do things and feel good about them still. So if you were to hurt her, And like I said, say you were toxic and you're like, fuck this, you're the piece of shit, not me, you're crazy, you have borderline personality. If you value kindness and respect and honesty and things like this, you're going to feel bad about yourself. If it comes from a place of love and you do value these things, you have tons of morals and you want to make them principle in your daily life, you can tell her you're not responsible if it hurts her feelings because it's true. If I tell you guys something true, and this happens quite a bit, and it doesn't feel good, I'm not a piece of shit. I didn't hurt your feelings, the truth did. Right? Because there's a borderline in every video that's trying to hurt my feelings, and you can't. But it's because I hurt your feelings with something true. You tell me I'm wrong, but you never told me wrong about what? How does it serve you? What do you really want from it? I think that's a good question to ask yourself. I'm just checking real quick to make sure. I think that's all of them. Yeah. That's it, guys. Thank you. Please keep asking questions. Please let me know what you think. Locations, support the petition, love yourself first. You can find me for coaching, daviddemars.com. Contact me, ask me any questions you have about it. Love yourself first. Have a beautiful week, guys. Bye-bye.